Daniel, Claudio, welcome to Hometown Hustle. Did I say your last name right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Some people do mess that up.
Welcome to Hometown Hustle. We're so excited to have you here today. You're born and raised on Hilton Head. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, I was raised in Hilton. I was born in California.
Okay.
But I've lived here my entire life. I moved here when I was really young, so I don't even remember California. But I'm excited to be here too. A little nervous now that.
Nah, man, there's no need to be nervous, bro.
Yeah.
Chill, man. So Bubbles and Grime, man. Bubbles and Grime. That's a cool name. I like all y'all's gear too, but
Oh, thank you.
tell me a little bit about that. You're 22.
22. Yeah.
And this is your third business venture, you'd say?
Yeah, I would say it was my third. Yeah.
Yeah, man,
yeah.
bro. That's
So,
insane, bro.
yeah.
Like that's absolutely insane. And congrats, by the way,
Thank
man.
you.
You're killing it, bro. But
Thank you.
tell us a little bit about this and how long you've been doing it, man.
Yeah, so the company has been around for a little bit. My ex-partner, who I bought out recently, he bought it from this lady, and she was kind of doing more residential, that was kind of her stuff. And I bought it about 6 months ago fully, but me and him were working together on it for about 1.5 years.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thank
a
you.
big step at 22 to own a cleaning company.
Yeah, it's
And like we were saying right before even starting filming, I mean, you've really scaled it. This isn't just a small cleaning company at this point. You started off as just two people, 2 employees and 2 back-ended people. And now you've scaled up to 40 employees. And
That's wild, bro. That's as somebody that's been trying to scale for 1.5 years now and have made very minimum progress. I just gotta say, hats off to you, bro. That's amazing, bro. But what was it about this, before you were wholesaling, correct?
Yeah.
You saw some traction with that, something
Yeah.
that, made you excited, hey, I could definitely do this, but the tides turn here and there, and you turned away. When you were sitting in that time of reflection and looking to pivot, what was it about this that attracted you, and then what's rang true as time has gone on, and you're like, I made the right decision, and this business is great.
Yeah, so I still don't know if I've made the right decisions or not. I'm still learning that, but yeah, it was kind of a forced pivot. I told you guys a little bit about the story, but real estate was going really well for 1 year and a couple months, and then
And wait, you got into real estate directly out of high school. You went straight to real estate school. And one thing that I thought that was very interesting about your story is how much you persevered through taking your real estate exam, because the real estate exam was very hard. And how many times did you take it?
I take it 15 times, probably more than 15 times.
What made you not quit?
I don't know. I had this one, I had already paid all that money for the classes, and then 2, just I was just set on getting it. I knew that I needed to get that. And I really love real estate. Eventually I want to get back into.
So you did general brokerage, residential real estate.
I would never want to get into that, but but yeah, I did that straight out of high school.
Okay, and then you started to pivot into wholesaling.
Yeah. So I had a guy that I was serving at the time, and I had a guy come in, and I've known him for a little bit, and he finally kind of took me finally took me under his wing. He got me out of the serving job, and we started killing it for the first couple months. And being on the business side of now, I used to say he got too greedy, but he was running a business. He needed to meet his margins, and I wanted more and whatever. So that didn't work out. But I could definitely see it from his perspective now. So I'm really grateful for him and his everything he taught me. But yeah, my first sale in wholesale was a $10,000 check in less than 30 days. So yeah, going from serving to making
10
that.
bands.
Yeah, and just
And then thinking, if I did this 12 more times, 1 each month, at $120,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, my thinking was if I did this 12 times a month.
I mean, we like that thinking, scale it.
But then I kind of pivoted into that. So that was going really well for me. I just got super lucky and was just in the right places, and I was working hard. But I was relying a lot on just myself and trying to get through all the deals myself and trying to get through just everything, doing all the back end stuff, getting all the deals, making them work. I had 2 guys calling out of my house for that and just kind of cold calling. Fast forward a little bit into that, probably around August time, that started to go, I started to get too greedy. I started to over leverage myself. I started to take on more stuff than I could. And 2 of my houses got flooded in Statesboro. So that kind of was the nail in the coffin. And I didn't really know what to do after that, just because I owed people some money and I had, kind of some problems going on and stuff like that. And then Jacob, my ex-business partner, he was like, hey, this cleaning company, I just bought it and I'm kind of struggling with it. And he knew I was kind of a go-getter and, I made
No kidding.
So he brought me on, and then the rest is where we're at now.
Yeah, mind y'all, this is all in like the past like 22 months. Probably longer, but like one thing that's really interesting to me is like, you don't really see many people your age, doing what you're doing. And I know, at my age, at 24 years old, to do what I do is extremely hard. And I know one of the things that is most different about myself is my self-talk. So like, could you like run me through like a day of like your average self-talk of your head? Like, what morals are you reinforcing, or what things you're keeping at the forefront of yourself, or like who you're trying to be and where you're trying to go?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one big thing for me is, and this might be a little corny or stuff like that, but God is a huge part of my life. And the moment where I switched, like trying to serve myself and trying to serve other people, it was when like I really started to see growth and I really started to see a company kind of come together. So I started trying to serve like not just my clients, but my employees too, like the people that work for me, the people that, are around me and stuff like that. And I still have times where I'm like, just fire that person, or like, I still have those times, but for the most part, it's like, how can I serve my client and my employee? And, I think if you do that, then it's a recipe for good stuff.
I was just about to say the one thing that always stood out to me. One, when I met you, you're very involved in the church. You're very involved in the youth group and ministry and things like that. But I also, you said something of, I'm trying to create a legacy for my family, essentially. Yes, you have 40 plus employees now, but your mom works for you. Your sister works for you. I think you said you have an aunt that works for you. So I feel like that's got to give you a lot of purpose too.
Yeah, definitely. Even in the real estate side, like it's funny, whenever I was doing wholesaling, I was, doing stuff here and there and giving my mom a little bit of money, but I never saw them, or I was never around them or stuff like that, just because I was always so busy and running around. And, they would tell me to slow down a bit. I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, I'm trying to do this, so that we could have whatever better future. But at the end of the day, I was trying to do it for myself almost, and I was trying to rely on myself. But I feel like as soon as I switched that mindset of, trying to serve them and trying to serve God, it was like he gave them, more money than I could have ever given them through the company. Yeah. He gave us more time together. He gave, they could take off whenever they want and stuff like that. So God really created that, foundation, and then let them, where I was trying to do it myself. But yeah, that's one of my biggest things is really my mom, my aunt.
I'm such a big believer too, is like, as you let God into all of the areas of your life, it's crazy to see how he changes and grows, and the unexpected plot twists that come with just the faith, because I think that's the biggest part, is you just have to have undeniable faith of, it's kind of, delusional faith. Like, this is going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, there is a plan that is so much better than where I currently am, that like, it's okay either way. Yeah. Like I say all the time, like, I feel so blessed in business and I feel so overwhelmed by business, but if God didn't think I could handle it, he wouldn't have given it to me. And if there isn't a purpose for the people that I'm meeting and the situations that I'm in, then what am I doing? Like, he has to be the reason.
Yeah.
So I love that.
What was like the one humbling moment that, made that mindset shift, that you were just sitting and you were like, oh man, I'm doing it wrong? Because like, mindsets are, shifts in time, like it all builds up to it. But, there's always one defining moment we can look back and be like, it was right then, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I've never really thought of that, but I think it was just a kind of combination of just like being overwhelmed always and trying to do it myself always and trying, and then when I finally just failed and hit rock bottom where, I couldn't do it myself, it was kind of just like, I got to let someone else take control because clearly I'm not doing, something right. So I think it was, I don't know if that answers your question.
Nah, yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, I think it was just a combination of a lot of things piling on and then finally saying, I'm going to try to, let me try to do this a little bit different. Let me try to serve. Let me try to, I remember giving away free cleans and stuff like that just because I wanted to make it right or, stuff like that. And
so when you first got in, we had talked about this when we sat down at Corner Perk. You said you were scaling. I mean, the business didn't have too many, what would you call it? Active contracts.
Yeah, no.
So you were cold calling, you were door knocking.
Yeah, so we had one commercial contract and it was like a small, like 3 offices. That was like the only commercial contract. Everything else was residential. And even then it was like hard to keep 2 employees working full time for the week.
Yeah.
With those residential homes. But yeah, I was cold calling a lot, so I asked Jacob for the book of our clients, and I would just call every single person, and he jokes around a little about it, because he's like, I could have got those people too if I would have gave them free cleans too, but once we got good people in there, and once we started doing a good job, they were reoccurring, so that really helped. But yeah, I remember going into Palmetto Bluff and just like parking my car somewhere and just hoping not to get caught and just door knocking. I don't know if that worked or not, but it was something to, get the ball rolling. And
I think it worked for it.
Yeah.
I think it
and
worked.
Now you're cleaning big commercial, like, what is it? Hilton Head Christian Academy?
Yeah. So we have the 2 private schools on the island, and then in Bluffton, that's huge. Christian Academy even when we're kind of smaller, they gave us a big shot, and they're super happy. And yeah, we do a lot of short-term rentals now. We have a lot of residential homes and just like super, super blessed and just like the right time, right place and a lot of luck. So
yeah.
Now, where is it that you want to take the cleaning company? I know you're 22. There is so many things that are still going to come. Like, we can all say that, like, I'm in real estate and he's in a moving company and you're in a cleaning company, and we can hope that in 2 years maybe we're doing the same thing. But is there a place that you would like to take your business next?
Yeah, I think so. I want to keep growing, definitely keep serving, and I eventually want to sell it. That's the goal, but who knows? I mean, 2 years from now, if it's, running itself and doing everything it's supposed to be, then maybe I won't sell it. But yeah, I kind of want to sell it in 2 to 3 years. I like just like the hustle. I like the hustle and like the... Yeah, I enjoy the door knocking and going in the meetings and selling myself.
You love the grind, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love the grind, bro. For anybody out there that's not even young, anybody out there that's trying to start a business, like, like walk us through in your mind, if you wanted to start a new business right now, like what you would do to like make sure it succeeds.
Yeah, so and this is just like my opinion and what
hey, your opinion is good, bro. Come on.
What has worked for me and like what I would do is, a lot of people like to get like the equipment ready and like this ready and like the marketing and like good posters and stuff like that. I would just say like go give out your number and go meet as many people as you can. And I remember when we first were like growing, me and Jacob set aside a budget specifically for once a week. We just meet like people that are either already doing well in their business or people that could help us and stuff like that. We would take them out to lunch. So just those connections were like super big. So I would say probably just like go door knocking. Like that humbles you like very quickly, is like just go door knock. I mean, just go put your name out there and go try to sell yourself, and then eventually I think.
How much have you paid attention to your involvement within the community as you've grown the business?
So my community is mostly church based. So I'm in the community probably 5 nights a week. I'm just doing
there
stuff.
It goes.
Yeah. So sometimes I have a fiance and,
Congratulations about that.
Thank you. Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. So sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming, but we're so thankful with just the people that support you and the people that really want you to succeed. Is like, is really huge. Cause,
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Door knocking and community. That's how you win right there.
Yeah.
And God.
Yeah.
God first.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, when we sat down at Corner Perk and we were talking, man, it's like, I know you, but I know you because of your brother. And then I've gone to young adults a few times and saw you. They were like, we never really conversed, man. But I'll just say, bro, like, you're doing amazing stuff. And how humble you are, bro, is just mind blowing, bro. Like, at 22 years old, I mean, I was only 2.5 years ago for me, but I hadn't even caught my second wind of, like, you know, wherewithal and, you know, to be able to. It's just amazing, man. Like, I can't wait to keep talking. I can't wait to keep this relationship going.
Thank you. Yeah,
man.
me too. I really appreciate that. And just seeing people like you guys that are, you know, like a lot of people say they want to start podcast. Even this is like a lot of people say they want to start podcast or, oh, we're going to do this. But you guys actually just doing it and, you know, getting a nice setup and, you know, doing it right is just, even that's like crazy. And then you have your own business, and trying to balance all that out is like if you just try to do it and, you know, at least go all in and try to say, you know, we're doing this right is kind of.
I mean, that's the only way to do it. You know, once you decide that you're going to do it, you know, you can only, you know, do it right. So, I mean, I can already tell, like, that's your biggest MO because, bro, like, I mean, the fact that you went from 2 employees to a year to 40 in a year, that just speaks to the testament of, like, your attention to the details, bro. Like, you're not missing anything, bro. And if you are, you're going back to see why you missed it, bro. So,
well, and like you had said, it's really just picking your direction and just doing it constantly. You wake up every morning and say, I'm going to keep chasing the dream and goal that I once had. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm going to give it my all.
Yeah.
Which I really, really respect that about you.
Yeah. There was plenty of times where it was like, you know, I woke up or like something was falling apart. And I'm like, man, is this like really what I want to be doing? It still happens. I mean, this past Saturday, it still happens every time. But yeah, just like you said, being just persevering and trying to get through that is really huge. So.
Yeah. And then every time it happens, you like, you know, you're like, can I get through this one? Yeah. And then you get through this one and you're like, man, there's nothing's going to stop me now. Yeah. And then another one comes up and you're like, how? How? What is happening right now, bro? Yeah, that's man. Yeah, man. I mean, is there anything else that you want to say, you know, for, you know, your platform, your community, or anybody you want to give big ups or shout outs or?
Oh, just everyone that's supported, you know, me and my team and everything, you know, down to just like the person that gave us 1-bedroom condo is like
just opportunity.
Yeah. If one thing wasn't the way, you know, if one thing didn't go the way it went, like, you know, it probably wouldn't be the way it is right now. So I'm so thankful. And then you guys know Jacob Weaver. I mean, he gave me the opportunity to start and just everything like that. And he's super supportive and super always been on my side. So
sounds like you never forgot where you started all that, man. That's
got
a beautiful
the right
thing.
people in your corner.
Yeah.
So one question that we always like to ask is, what did success used to look like to you versus what does success look like today?
So I think success used to look like, you know, I always used to say like, oh, I want a private jet and I want this and I want that and
monetarical.
Yeah, I still in the back of my mind and stuff like that, everyone wants a private jet. Everyone wants, you know, a boat.
Or not.
Yeah. But I think success now looks like just spending time with family. I know it's corny to say, but it's
nah, bro. That's not corny, man. That's not corny at all.
A Saturday after we get done with the turns, because we do short terms, so and we're all in the office, and you know, it's my aunt, my mom, my sister, and 2 of my guys that are close to me that work with me. It's just like
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's we're happy. Like it's like we did it, and like we're gonna keep doing it, and like right now that's success for me is like just like knowing that my mom could take off whenever she wants. If my aunt's not feeling well, she doesn't have to report to anyone. Like they're kind of their own bosses, and they work super hard. Like they feel the burdens of the company too, but they also feel, you know, the success and just knowing that like we're all going on a family trip tomorrow and we're leaving town and we get to do that. So that's what I think success right now looks like.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing.
I love it. Yeah, I feel like you really, family you can't take for granted, and when you get so caught up in the everyday life, sometimes it becomes hard to remember what is the important things, what are you striving for. So I have to do that to myself all the time, like pause, Like I just told you before this, I just learned the do not disturb button and I'm done at 7 p.m. at night. I don't want to talk anymore because I do want to spend time with my family and my friends and get to catch up with people and not feel the burdens and the stress of work constantly being at your phone and your fingertips, because
It's hard not to.
especially being at our age, I feel like we all have this mindset of like, you got to go.
Yeah.
You were so young. You're just getting engaged. Now you're thinking, now I've got a wedding to come up.
Right.
I mean, the rings are expensive, but I'd assume hopefully most of that's already done.
Yeah, most of it is.
But then house, kids, like the whole next phase of life is almost the burden of our young 20s, because it's like, if we don't work now, will we get to where we want to be at that stage? So kudos to you for putting family first and foremost and not looking at success monetarily, because I think God's going to reward you so much for that. Yeah. And there are so many big things to come for you. And I love that you seem like you're the person, you go all in, you got into real estate directly out of high school. You took that exam so many times. You said, I'm doing this. You did it. You tried regular real estate, residential, got into wholesaling. Then you started the cleaning company. Like, you were all in. Yeah. And I really respect that about you. And I think wherever life takes you, you're going to do great things because you have the work ethic and the mindset behind it to take you to so many different places and so many different adventures. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So really I'm excited to see everything.
Yeah,
hey, just invite me on the PJ when you get there. That's all I am.
Well, you invite me on yours whenever you get there.
Man, that ain't happening no time soon, bro. I think I'm waiting on you.
You said PJ and I was thinking peanut butter and jelly. Can we tell where my mind's at?
Hey, this is another great episode.
This really was.
It was awesome. Like, seriously, this whole I watched two of your episodes, and it was just like, they're doing it right.
You mean that, man?
Yeah, I do. It was awesome.
I appreciate it.
We're having fun with this. I think this is going to reach a lot of people too, in the terms of like the kids that don't know where they're going, or the middle-aged adults who are about to hit their midlife crisis and are like, okay, what's next for us? Because I mean, we're all in it. We're just young, so it almost seems applicable that it's okay that we're confused, but it's hard and it's challenging, and it's going to be fun everywhere that this podcast is going to take us, everywhere our businesses are going to take us. We've got a lot of life ahead, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
That's awesome.
One more question, quick question. If you had a book to recommend, because I feel like you would read. Do you read?
I don't read.
No reading. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well,
He's too busy grinding.
The only book I have read, which I really liked, is one is the Bible. I do read the Bible.
Yes.
But it's Rich Dad Poor Dad. I have read that one, and that really, like, even just the stories, not even like the financials part, the stories in there are like, I can relate to them a lot. So.
Okay, so for all of you out there, read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Could help you with mindset, but first and foremost, the Bible. Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you so very much for coming on, and hopefully we get to talk again. Well, we'll obviously talk again, but we look forward to seeing everything that you do.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.